After we finished the class, I got a client. I went to present my proposal. From everything I learned here, I remember the CEO of the company saying, "Oh, this girl knows what she's doing." And I'm like, "Yeah, if only you know I've only learned this in 1 month."
Welcome to today's lesson, and in today's lesson I'm going to be talking to you about the introduction to digital marketing. And in this lesson I'm going to explain to you what digital marketing is. You're also going to understand the ACE methodology as well as the 5 principles that guide digital marketing success, right? So first thing first, why don't we define what digital marketing is? Digital marketing basically is building a system that generates lifetime demand and loyalty for your brand, for your products, your services as well, using digital channels. So what this basically means is that you're using digital channels such as social media, Facebook, Instagram, search engine optimization, online advertising, email marketing to communicate the value of your products and services to your potential or your target audience, and an effort for them to convert as customers, and also to drive in retention as well, because you need to build lifetime demand and loyalty for your brand. So in order to drive in retention, which retention basically means driving new, returning, and repeated customers into your referral customers into your business. You want to first of all attract people. The second thing you want to do is you want to convert those people either to customers or to sales leads or to sales inquiries. So people that are actually interested in your business. So it's either they buy from you or they convert as interested people into your business. And then after you do that, you want to now engage them. So the people that don't buy from you, you engage them to become new customers. Now the people that have bought from you, you also engage them to buy from you again, to have repeat purchases with you or to buy something new from you as well. Then you also want to use them also to get or to become your brand advocate, to drive in more referrals and more new customers for you through referrals. Now that process itself is when you engage your customers and your potential customers into driving new and returning and referral customers to you. So the ACE methodology is basically, the A stands for to attracting the right people. The C stands for converting the right people into customers or interested customers. And then the E, which basically means you need to engage them in order to drive returning and referral customers, and as well as new customers as well. Now, after you do that, you need to understand that for every business, there are 3 key important metrics that are very, very essential to them. So no matter what, if you become a digital marketer tomorrow, if a business tells you, oh, I just want to grow my social media likes and everything, what really, really matters to them is just these 3 metrics. And number 1 is they care about the amount of customers that they have. So they care about the numbers of customers that you are able to get for them. Now, after that, the next thing that they care about is the amount, their average order value. So which basically means when someone orders for them, is the value of an higher value or a lower value. So they won't always increase the average order value. Then the last thing is how many customers are coming back, or how many customers are driving some form of retention sales for them as well. And those are the 3 major key metrics that they care about. And as I always explain to a lot of my students, is that the ACE methodology allows you to solve these 3 metrics. So if you are able to attract the right set of people to your business and you are able to convert them to buy your products and services, then automatically you're increasing the numbers of customers that you have. So the more people you're able to attract and convert increases the numbers of customers that you have. Now, the amount of people that you're able to attract and engage, you're able to attract, convert, and engage increases your order value. So that means if a customer buys from you today, and in the process of buying from you, you sell something else to the person. So if the person was supposed to buy something of 100,000, the person end up buying something of 150,000, then you've automatically increased the order value. And that's because when the person is about to buy the 100,000, you've also sold something of 50,000 to the person alongside, and the person sees the value in it. And that only happens when you're able to attract, you're able to convert that person, you're able to engage the person with the 2 offers that you have, and then the person is able to go for the 2 offers. Now, the last thing is the amount of repeat purchases and referral purchases that you get. Now, that is also influenced by the ACE methodology, which is basically when you attract the right set of people to your business, you convert them into actual customers, and you engage them. In the process of engaging them, they would always advocate your brand or refer you to other people. And I always tell people this a lot, is that imagine if you are if your potential customers or someone that have bought from you before, okay, now let's look at this. Imagine if someone that has bought from you before is in a conversation with someone else that needs your service. But because you've not been engaged with the person, you've not kept in communication with the person goes ahead to refer somebody else to that person instead of your business. Automatically, you've lost the business. And that's the reason why when you engage, when you keep in touch with both your potential customers and people that have converted to your customers before, it becomes easier for you to drive retention. And don't forget that your best customers or the best people to talk about your product and services are people that have actually experienced it before. They can sell it much better, and it's much more it's more cost effective for you to drive retention than to acquire more people. And so that's the reason why the ACE methodology is such a powerful model that you need to take advantage of. And in the process of you taking this course, you're going to be able to understand how to actually take good advantage of the ACE methodology, which is basically to attract, to convert, and to engage. Now, basically, let me just ask you a very, very simple question. If you're going to sell a bottle of water for 1 million naira, what would you do? Well, my guess is that you're going to think about the value, because it's all about value. What is the value that bottle of water is going to present for the potential customers that is going to make the person be able to say, oh, I'm going to pay 1 million naira for this bottle of water? And then, in two scenarios where I've actually played this out, either speaking at a conference or on a live training, what people have said is that they've said that for you to sell the bottle of water, it has to have some form of value that probably exceeds the actual amount. And an example, a practical example would be a rich man in the desert that needs water and does not have any other place to get water. At that particular place, there's a value in you having that bottle of water and being able to sell it at 1 million naira for that particular person. You could also look at it from the scenario of someone that is not feeling fine, someone that is sick, and you having a bottle of water that can solve the person's illness. Automatically, the person is probably going to be able to place a value of 1 million naira on that stuff. Now, I'm not saying you should use all those scenarios, but what I'm trying to let you understand is that for people to buy from you, they only buy value from you. And what people buy from you it's the value, and the value itself is the outcome that they are supposed to receive from buying from you. And what that basically means is that if I want to buy a laptop today, right? I'm not going to buy the laptop not just because of the features that are in the laptop. I'm going to buy the laptop for what the laptop is going to do for me afterwards. So if I'm going to buy a laptop, I'm going to buy a laptop based on what I want to use it for, which is the outcome of what I want to use it for. And that takes me to explaining what we actually mean by the before and the after states that someone is. So when someone wants to buy from you, what the person is actually buying is the after state. So the person is in a state which is what we refer to as the before state, and the person desires to go to a state which is what we refer to as the after state, right? And so what that basically means is that you're trying to move the person from a point A to a point B. So let me just try to illustrate this for you. So assuming this is you at this state, so this is the before state, right? And at this state, this is the after state, right? Now, your goal in marketing is that you need to understand who your potential customer is, which is this guy, yeah? And what you now want to do here is that you want to understand what is his desire or what is his desirable outcome. So you want to understand what this guy at this particular point would want to feel after he purchases your product or your service, right? And that in itself is your power and your weapon when it comes to digital marketing. Because the way, as much as possible, of the way you are able to communicate the value, the way you are able to articulate or communicate the value to the person, that the person is going to move from where he is right now to his desirable state, is what is going to make that person actually want to buy from you. Okay, so now let's look at the 5 principles that guide digital marketing success, right? And so the first principle basically is you need to have a strategic plan. So before you start a digital marketing campaign, you need to first of all define who your customers are. You need to have what we call the customer avatar in place. Understanding what your customers are, who your customers are, you need to also understand how you're going to get across to that customer. So how you plan to attract those customers And then you want to know how you're going to convert those customers. So you want to have an overall strategy of how you're going to, how you want to have an overall strategy on how the campaign is going to go, from the how to the what and to when. Also, when is a very, very essential part when it comes to digital marketing. You need to know the right timing, the state of awareness the person is. So assuming you're trying to target a particular customer that is in a stage of awareness where the person knows that he needs this product, then it becomes much easier for you to sell to that kind of person. So the way you also approach someone that does not know that he needs your products and services is different. And that is when that's how you tackle the when of how it is, of when you need to what they call it, promote or advertise your business and services to that particular customer. So the first thing you really want to do is you need to understand that you need to have a strategy in place, and the strategy must include who your customers are, how you're going to attack, how you're going to go after those customers, how you're going to attract those customers. Should also include when and what's the best time that you're going to use to attract those customers and convert those customers into actual customers, and how you're going to engage, nurture those customers into actual customers. So you need to ensure that you have an overall strategy, which you're going to cover. We're going to cover this in the strategy and planning lesson module of this training. And so now let's move on to the second principle. The second principle is you need to always think long term with a KPI. Don't forget that the goal of your digital marketing is to build lifetime demand and loyalty. And the only way to build lifetime demand is by you thinking long term. And an example of this is basically if you think long term. So search engine optimization is a long term activity. And so if you think long term, it means that you're going to start ranking for keywords that are relevant to your business. Now, a keyword is basically what a potential customer will go on Google or any other search engine to go and search for. And then when they go and search for it and then they find you. Now, the process of being organically on top or being on the search engine result is a long-term strategy. And in order for you to, and once you do that, once you are on top on search engine, then you enjoy what we call loyalty demand, because then you automatically, people that are looking for your service that are in the stage of when they know that they want to buy your products and services would always find you as a result of that. That can only happen when you think long term. The other thing also is that you can take the scenario of a boyfriend and a girlfriend. When you meet a girl for the first time, you can't just go straight to her and tell her that, will you marry me? Right? You have to think of the long term. You have to take it through processes. So the first thing you ask her is, will she go out on a date with you? And then from there, you want to go for multiple dates before you become boyfriend and girlfriend. Then you become engaged. Then you get to marriage, and then forever after. And that's the same thing. That's the same way marketing works as well. So you're looking at a lot of people that are interested in your business. You're trying to convert some in the immediate, right? But you're trying to keep in constant relationship by engaging them for the long term, and then they start converting. Now, a particular industry that uses this very well is the music industry. What they do in the music industry is that they try to build a fan base. And now this fan base might not necessarily buy from them, but they now start entertaining the fan base, their fan base with a lot of musical or videos or movies and things like that. And then after a while, they now release one new video or one new music. And then they now tell you, come and buy the album of the whole thing. But don't forget, you've been listening to, they've been engaging you with some of their music, some of their videos and things like that. But all of a sudden, when they have the one they want to sell, you find they need to buy it. And that's because they've thought long term, they've engaged you, they've built a massive audience of people, and then they're now selling to that particular audience. So that's one of the reasons why it's important for you to think long term. And now what I'm now also telling you is that don't just think long term, you have to think long term with a KPI. And the idea behind it is that a KPI means key performance indicator. So that means you have to have metrics that you watch for when you're trying to think long term. So an example is this. For example, you're trying to say, okay, you know what, I need to grow my potential customers to 10,000 businesses at the end of 3 months, right? You want to understand that your key performance indicator is to grow your business, your potential customers to 10,000 at the end of 3 months. But you need to also divide that key performance indicator to small chunks on a monthly basis. So on a month, so the first month, if you know that you don't meet the expected number of potential customers that you're supposed to have in your funnel, then you need to go back to optimize that, whatever your marketing campaign, in order to ensure that your marketing campaign is able to deliver the result at the end of the day. So you need to ensure that, although I'm telling you, think long term, you need to also understand that you should have things that you're measuring on a day-to-day basis, on a monthly basis, on a weekly basis, that aligns to the goal that you want to achieve after a while. But to win in digital marketing, you have to think long term. To drive lifetime demand and loyalty, you have to think long term. This is where a lot of businesses fail to do, and that's the reason why a lot of businesses focus a lot on acquisition when it comes to digital marketing and forget about retention. Now, the third principle that you want to also know about is that you need to help before you sell to people. So now, gone are the days where you try to just sell. Now, what you need to also understand is that you're actually selling to human beings, and you're selling to people. And now, people in general sense don't like it when you are too demanding from them, right? It happens in relationship also when a lot of breakup happens because the boyfriend is either too demanding of the girlfriend, or the girlfriend is too demanding of the boyfriend, and things like that. And marketing to a large extent is like relationship, right? A very simple example also is, assuming you have a relative that every time he calls you, then the first thing he does is he asks you for money. After a while, you will start ignoring his phone calls because you don't want him to continually ask you for money, right? But if the guy calls you every single time and he asks you, what can I do for you? Can I help you do this and things like that? The day he calls you and he asks you for money, you'll find the need to give him even ×2 or ×3 of the amount of money he has asked for. And that just basically tells us that it's very important for us to help people before we sell to them. And a very simple way to help people is tell people, explain how your product would take them to the after state, which is basically explain how your product is going to drive the value for them. So an example is this. So assuming I'm selling a projector, right? And my own projector apparently does not radiate heat. Obviously, we know that projectors actually send heat out of it, right? And so my own projector does not radiate heat. And at the end of the day, I'm not trying to explain to people by helping them to make a decision to tell them that, oh, in this projector, it contains this kind of technology that does not allow the projector to radiate heat. Automatically, it sounds more value to the person. And so if you are someone, for example, that now needs the projector, you can see the need of buying my projector because you now understand the technology that guides it. You get what I'm saying? From it not being able to radiate heat when you're using it. And that's a very simple example. Another thing also is that assuming you want to sell a phone also, you're better off explaining to people, helping them to understand the features of the phone, and then they are more willing to buy the phone because you are helping them and you're letting them understand that they are going to get the desired value that they are supposed to get. Even when you're selling consulting services or intangible services as well, you still need to explain to people, you need to teach them on how your service is going to help them out. So for example, let's say I want to sell a Facebook course, for example, and I go ahead and I say that, okay, you know what? Do you know that Facebook can help your business grow in such ways? You can use Facebook to retarget people that have come to your website before, and you can do this and you can do that and you can do this. Now, I'm helping them to understand the potentials of how Facebook is going to help their business. And as a result of that, they are more happy to say, okay, you know what, let me learn from this guy, or let me pay this person because he's been able to tell me what exactly Facebook is going to do. And he's also been able to show me how those things are actually going to help me to achieve my after state, right? Which is the value itself, which is the value you need. So it's very, very important that you help before you sell to people. Okay, now let's go to number 4, which is driving relevant traffic. Now, it's very, very important for you to understand that one of the most key things in digital marketing is being able to drive relevant traffic. Traffic itself is very, very easy to do. It's very easy for you to drive traffic, but the most difficult part is actually ensuring that traffic is relevant. And the reason why that's the most important thing is because no matter how well your website is built, no matter how well your email or your nurturing channels are going to be, if the wrong people are coming to your business, then automatically you're not going to sell anything to them. You're not going to be able to sell. So it's just, for example, just like you trying to sit down about 100 people in a place and then talking to them, but the truth of the matter is that those 100 people don't even care about your business or don't care about your products and services, and as a result that means that you're not even going to be able to sell anything in the first place. So driving quality traffic actually has a very, very important role to play in digital marketing to decide whether you're going to have a good conversion or you're not going to have a good conversion at the end of the day. So if the traffic is wrong, then automatically you won't be able to drive any particular you won't be able to drive any good results, to be honest with you. Now the fifth one is that you need to always have a winning offer. You need to always have your offer backed with a selling point. What this basically means is that you need to ensure that when you are trying to give someone an offer, you reinstate. So for example, I can sit down with you for 1 hour and tell you how awesome a particular product and service is. And then the next thing you do is, okay, how much does it cost? And I go ahead and I tell you that, oh, it costs 1 million. The next thing you're like, 1 million, and every other thing that I've said to you for the past 1 hour already it doesn't mean anything at that particular point in time. So, but if I go ahead and I tell you, okay, this thing costs 1 million naira, and I reinstate the value that goes with the 1 million naira, peradventure you will be able to understand why the value is of 1 million naira, and then you most likely will be able to buy it at that particular point in time. I hope you understand the 5 principles that guide digital marketing success. And so in conclusion of this particular lesson, I'm just going to let you understand that digital marketing is basically using digital channels to communicate the value of your products and services, and using that opportunity to drive lifetime demand and loyal customers for your business or your products and services as well. So in the next lesson, I'm going to be talking about the potentials that digital marketing has to offer. And so I hope you would enjoy that lesson, and see you in the next lesson.
I heard about DMSI online. I was just checking through best digital marketing agency in Lagos. I'm a business owner, J's Brands Online. I was able to make good promotions, especially on Facebook and Instagram with video ads, which I learned from here, and I got a lot of conversion from them. Here is my page, Instagram, J's Brand Online Store. I made a video review which I just learned after the class, and I got close to 146 views. Then on Facebook was on close to 4,600 thereabout views, and I got sales from it just through this class. Under 2 weeks learning I got from this place. They were good, and they really give you a kind of 1 year support. You can run down to them any day, whatever you want. They can put you through anytime on anything.
Digital marketing itself has no limit, and the potential is massive and really, really huge. And so in order to start, why don't we visit the life stacks? So we're going to visit this website called the Internet Life Stacks, which is going to show us the present situation of what digital has for us at the moment. And so now let's dive in. All right, so now let's look at, in the world right now, we have over 3.6 billion internet users in the world. That's almost half of the world's population. And we have, in terms of the numbers of people that have websites in the world right now, we have 1.2 billion websites in the world at the moment. And just today alone, over 147 billion emails have been sent. And that's the reason why I tell people that email marketing is one of the most powerful and the most effective tool when it comes to digital marketing. Now, in the world, we have over 3.3 billion Google searches that has occurred in the world as at today. And this just tells you the amount of people that are on the internet using Google to just make some research. So the amount of researches that have been done in the world today is about 3.3 billion, over 3.3 billion users. And you can just imagine if this 3.3 billion, or just a fraction of it, can just go on Google and search for what your business does, and they find you on the search. That just tells you how marvelous and how awesome the opportunities digital marketing has for you. And today alone, there have been over 3.1 million blog posts that has been made. So a lot of people have made different posts about different things. As just today alone, we've had over 3 million blog posts that has been made. And when we look at Twitter, for example, in the world right now, over 419 million tweets has been done today. And I'm talking to you as that now, as I'm talking to you, it's just about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And this amount of engagement or this amount of activity has already gone on the internet. And this just lets you understand that the opportunities that are there are too awesome. And we also have, in terms of YouTube, the amount of videos that have been viewed on YouTube today is about 3.8 billion, which is even more than the amount of searches that has been made on Google. And that's why YouTube is such a powerful tool that you need to use, because only about 3.8 billion users have viewed one video or the other today, just today alone on YouTube. So imagine if you have done a very nice video of yourself, of your business, explaining what the values of your business are, and you put it on YouTube, the kind of results you will be getting. And also, that's one of the reasons why, you see, Instagram right now has been like, it's awesome. I mean, personally, internally, in our business, in Digital Marketing Skills Institute, we've gotten a lot of clients from just Instagram alone without even having a lot of followers, right? And that's just to tell you how powerful Instagram is. And today alone on Instagram, over 43 million images or photos have been uploaded on Instagram alone, just today alone. And as of today, in the world, in terms of Facebook users, we have over 1.9 billion Facebook users in the world. And you know one thing is that, let me just pause here and just tell you something. Facebook, in terms of internet users, Facebook has everybody's audience on Facebook. And there's an argument that always goes on and say that, okay, I do B2B. My business is sales to other business. So B2B means business to business selling. And the truth of the matter is that you are selling to another business does not mean that the business that you're trying to sell to, or the decision maker in that business, is not on Facebook. But what he's going to be using Facebook for is different from what he's going to use LinkedIn for. So a lot of people would always say, oh, I'm going to go on LinkedIn to find a B2B. But meanwhile, a B2B client is also on Facebook, because Facebook has the audience, almost half of the population of internet users on it. And that just tells you how awesome and how marvelous Facebook is as a marketing tool on its own. And in terms of Google Plus, Google Plus has over 537 million users in the world at the moment. And Twitter has over 309 million users in the world at the moment. These are astonishing numbers. And these are numbers that indicate, that shows you that digital marketing has a massive potential. You can easily reach almost any kind of audience on the internet and be able to grow your business faster. And not just that, you have, in terms of Pinterest, you have a lot of users on Pinterest. In terms of Skype, you have a lot of opportunities and all those things like that. Now, one bad thing that happens on the internet is that you get people that hack people's website. And today alone, you have over 52,000 websites that have been hacked. And don't worry, we got you covered, because when you're taking the website module of this course, you're going to learn on how to protect your website from hackers and how to ensure your website does not get hacked. And even if it gets hacked, there are different measures that you need to take, which you're also going to learn in that module as well. So don't worry, we have you covered as well. So generally, the potential of digital marketing, the fact that you can reach a wide audience of people, and those audience keep on growing on a day-to-day basis, just tells you how awesome the opportunities are when it comes to digital marketing. And if you look at this, today alone, there are over 342,000 computers that have been sold worldwide. Now, these are just statistics that have been recorded. There are a lot of other computers that have been sold today, but are not yet recorded. So you can just imagine the potentials of the amount of people that are joining the internet era on a day-to-day basis. The amount of people that are coming to use the internet or are starting to adapt the use of internet. And so, which tells you the potential in terms of getting to any form of audience in order to be able to sell something to them and make money for yourself is off the hook. All right. So, and in terms of smartphones, wow, today a lot of people use their mobile devices and all that. So you won't be surprised with the statistics that I'm seeing here. Over 2 million smartphones have been sold today alone. Over 2 million, 2.5 million smartphones have been sold alone today. That's something else. And that's the reason why right now most of the internet users are actually on mobile devices. And that's why we educate people and we advise them to build their website in such a way that is mobile responsive and is going to be very, very interactive to use. This is just to let you understand that digital marketing in itself has no limitation. I hope with what I just showed you right now, you understand the potentials that are there, and you can see that almost all kind of people, almost all kind of audience are on the internet in using one platform or the other, and it's using digital marketing to get across to those people is what digital marketing is about. And so you are just using digital marketing channels, which are the channels that already have people that are using them, and then your job is now to communicate the value of your product and services to those people in order for them to be interested in buying your product or your service or your business. Now, let's try to understand from what I've showed you also, what you will see is that you can understand the reason why people use their phone. I remember there was a discussion we were having one time, and someone was like, the use of mobile devices is just going out of, is the way people use mobile devices now to just do different things is becoming very, very abnormal. So if you look at, if you're in a car or you're in a public transport, and you're in the car, you look at every other person around you, one person or the other is either using Instagram or using Facebook or watching a video on YouTube or the other on their mobile devices. It's so bad that even when you go out with your wife and your wife is sitting right by your side and you're driving and you're supposed to be discussing on something, she's busy looking at Instagram or using her Facebook or doing something on YouTube or whatever other online channel it is. And that's one of the reasons also that you can see that even in most organizations right now, they ban people from using Facebook at work because those things are just addictive. A lot of people spend a lot of time on just Facebook, Instagram, and all different types of online channels, doing one Google search or the other. Even companies themselves, when they want to hire, they want to recruit a team member or a staff, or they want to get a new business, they still go on the internet to go and source for these people. So there are so many things that a lot of people use the internet for right now that you can't even help but be part of this movement. And that just lets you understand that for a business owner, what you really, or for a marketer or a business owner, your concern is to be able to communicate your value to where your people are, where the people, your potential customers are. And from what I've showed you, you can see that most of your potential customers are on digital channels, one digital channels or the other. And so your job is to use those digital marketing channels and communicate the value of your product and your business through them. A lot of people spend their time on different digital marketing channels. A lot of people spend their day, and most of your customers are on various digital marketing channels at the moment. And going to let you understand that digital marketing itself has no bound, has no limits, has no form of limitation. With just a laptop and an internet connection, you can get across to your potential customers or your potential audience using just a laptop and an internet connection to get to them in their various digital marketing channels that they are in. And which lets you understand that even though you are in a country, you can get clients from different parts of the world. Presently, we've worked with clients in different parts of the world, and we've just done that from, I remember when I started my business, I started from my room with just a laptop, internet connection, and all, and I was able to work with clients from different parts of the world. And that just lets you understand the huge potential that digital marketing itself has to offer for you. And the fact that digital marketing also offers you the opportunity to have unlimited earnings, and which basically means that you can make as much money as you want because you are not bound to trying to sell to a market that is limited. So you're not trying, let me use an example, assuming you're trying to sell to just to Ghana. For example, the population of Ghana is limited. The amount of people in that population that need your product is limited. So your earning is automatically limited by you trying to market to Ghana, which is what traditional marketing has in place, because you are trying to. But with digital marketing, you can go out of Ghana and go to Nigeria and go to the UK, go to the US, go to different parts of the world, and be able to show your advert or be able to target your audience by just using a laptop and an internet connection. Even you can use your phone and an internet connection on your phone as well. And so it's without limits, without bound. You can make as much money as you want. You can get across to people easily without stress as you want. And most importantly, there are key areas of opportunities, and which you want to try to emphasize more on is how you can promote your business. So it's not just for business owners. Digital marketing is not just for business owners. It's not just for digital marketers or for marketers. You could also learn digital marketing or be part of the digital movement in order to start a business. So it offers business opportunities as well as an agency. So you can offer the service of how a lot of businesses are looking for people that are going to help them promote their business online. And so because you are now you know digital marketing and all, you can charge for you to put them on different social media platforms as well as promote them as well. You could also use digital marketing for affiliate marketing, which is basically promoting other people's products and services, and then using digital channels to promote their products and services for a commission or for some form of sales loyalties and things like that. So you can use digital marketing for affiliate marketing opportunities. And in digital marketing itself, there's various job opportunities in digital marketing. I'm very sure if you go to any job site as of today, in the first page alone, you'll see a lot of opportunities asking for one position of digital marketing or the other. And the truth of the matter is that with digital marketing, you can work in a lot of different job roles. Once you are a digital marketer, you can become a social media analyst, a social media manager. You can become an email marketing analyst, as an email marketing manager. You could be a consultant as well. There's so many opportunities, so many job roles that you can fit in when you learn digital marketing. Each module on its own it's a job that includes various job opportunities for you. And even when it comes to agency, from the first class you take to the last class, to everything can be monetized. You can offer your services. Each of the things you're going to learn 10 digital marketing skills. You can offer different, you can monetize each of them either as an agency or as a consultant or what sort. There's multiple job roles that you can fit in when it comes to digital marketing. And I mean, you can also use it to promote your business as well. I mean, in the past, people that have gone through our course, they've started their own digital marketing agencies and all. And in terms of people also have enjoyed extra income from affiliate marketing. So you can actually be an agency owner and still make money from affiliate marketing. So you can make money as well. You can be working for somebody and still have one or two agency clients at the side, or you can be working for somebody and still have an affiliate marketing business on the other side as well. So the opportunities are just huge and they are above limit, basically. Personally and organization-wise, we also have affiliate products that we do as well. Even though we're doing training, we have other things that we also get involved in that gives us different money opportunities as well. And as I said earlier on, there's a lot of job opportunities, a lot of job roles that you can fit in when it comes to digital marketing. And because you understand how to market your business, you know how to communicate the value of your business through various digital marketing channels effectively using the ACE methodology, then it means that your business can grow faster and you can have loyal customers and all. All right, so to sum it up, basically the potential of digital marketing is massive and you have nothing to lose. I mean, becoming a digital marketer is where the world is right now. Everything is going digital. And so starting a career or doing this course and finishing this course is one of the best things that you can do at the moment in order to get good result, and the sky itself is not the limit. Right? And the rest. So Up next, we're going to be talking about the common mistakes that people make when it comes to digital marketing so that you can avoid those mistakes. And as you learn in this course on different things you can do to avoid those mistakes, then you would also be able to take good advantage of how to what they call it, to get good results and avoid costly mistakes that a lot of businesses make in digital marketing.
Hello, my name is Joy.
Welcome to this lesson, and in this lesson we're going to be talking about why most digital marketing campaign fails. So a lot of people have tried digital marketing and they've gotten their hands burnt, and that's because they've made some certain mistakes. And so these mistakes, we're going to be looking at it today, and I'll be giving you hints on how you can avoid those mistakes. But as you go through the course, you're going to learn fully on how to actually ensure that you don't make this mistake. The first mistake that a lot of people make is that they are not just interested in wanting to know how digital marketing work. I remember having a conversation recently, and this business owner was like, oh, I'm just going to hire a digital marketer. It's just going to come in and it's just going to do this and do that and whatever. But now the problem there is that if you hire somebody and you don't understand how it works, then you become vulnerable to that person, because that person might not even understand how to actually get you a result. And but because you yourself don't even know how it works, you lose a lot of money from it. And aside from that, even if you want to hire an agency as well, having the knowledge of how digital marketing works guides you from being able, from making costly mistakes. Yes, you might think that, oh, an agency might be the expert, but the agency itself does not know your business as much as you do. So as a result of that, it's very, very important for you to also understand how digital marketing works so that you can get good results. I remember consulting for a company that almost lost a lot of money, over 12 million, and they hired an agency, and the agency, sent traffic to their website, but their website was not built to convert, so automatically they were not able to make any sale, and they spent over 3 million trying to drive the traffic to the site and things like that. But what they forgot to understand was that if you drive traffic to a place that does not have the strength of conversion, then automatically you're going to lose money in the first place. So it's like I said earlier on in my previous lesson, it's very easy to drive traffic, but in order to convert those traffic itself has to be relevant, and then where you're sending the traffic to on the other side also has to be built for conversion. And so if that's not done, automatically you're going to lose a lot of money and a lot of customers as well from it. And that's what a lot of businesses do. They just hire this an agency. And the bad part of it is that the agency came back to the company and said, oh, you need to increase your budget because you are in an insurance industry, you're in the insurance industry, and the insurance industry is very, very expensive, and you need it's very difficult to sell and very difficult to convince people, so you need a huge budget. And the company was actually considering to increase their budget to 12 million until they called me in to come and help them analyze the situation. And I made them understand that, see, the reason why they're not getting sales or conversion was because they didn't have the right strategy in place. And by the time we finished the strategic session with them, they were able to put their strategy together, and they started getting results with a much less with a much less budget. And this just lets you understand the key reasons why, if you just think that, oh, I'm not going to learn this thing, I can just hire somebody and the rest of it, you might be shooting yourself from the back, and which is not good if you are actually a serious or an individual that wants to progress in his business or in his career. It's very, very important for you to know that the world is going digital, and it's important for you to be part of this of this movement. Now, like I said, it's very, very sad because once you think you don't need it, then automatically you lose a lot of money. And that's the reason why most people, when we're in a conversation with them, they keep on saying, oh, if digital marketing is so effective, why am I not getting results? If you say it's measurable, why am I not getting results, and things like that. But that's because they don't understand, okay, so if you can measure digital marketing, what do you do with the result that you've gotten? How do you use it to increase your sales? You don't know it. If you don't get the right knowledge, you won't know how to maximize it. And I tell people something also, that it's not just you understanding or knowing how to measure or how to use analytics, because digital marketing is measurable. It is about you being able to interpret it the right way. So because a data might give you a negative result, but does not mean that negative result is not good for your business in order to drive you more results. So these are just a bit of dynamics of why you need to really understand how digital marketing works in order to actually enjoy the result and the benefits that it has in stock for you. Talking about the mistakes that you make, one of the strongest mistakes that you make is that you have the wrong strategy from the beginning. And like I explained earlier on, that also is as a result of not having a lack of knowledge. But if you have the wrong strategy in place, you are not going to drive any particular result. So the wrong strategy could start from you targeting the wrong set of customers, or misunderstanding the actual value, or not even communicating the value that you are supposed to be communicating in your marketing communication or your marketing channels and all. So having the wrong strategy in the first place would mean that your campaign in itself is not going to be successful, right? Now, you also need to understand that because digital marketing, it's more about content, right? It's traditional marketing is about graphics and things like that, branding and all. But digital marketing has a lot more to do with content, and that means that whatever you're pushing out to your audience, whatever way you're communicating the value to your audience, you need to ensure it has a lot of substance in it. You need to ensure that it is something that is quality, something that is good. And in 1996, Bill Gates said content is king, but the truth of the matter is that content is not actually king, but quality content is what is actually king. Because if you have quality content that actually explains and articulates well the value that your product or your service is supposed to deliver to the potential customers, then you will get good results from it. So because a lot of people just push out content, and like I said, when I was doing in the previous lesson on the potentials of digital marketing, I told you that there were over thousands of blog posts that have been put just today at 3 p.m. in the afternoon. And that just lets you understand that there's so many content that people are pushing out on a day-to-day basis. In terms of emails, there are billions of emails that people are receiving billions of emails are being sent on a day-to-day basis, and that tells you that you already have a limitation in terms of your potential customers receiving so many emails, reading so many blog posts, having so many distractions on social media and all, that they would only pay attention to something that has substance. And don't forget that there's always a saying where people tell you that, oh, people don't have time and the rest of it. But the truth of the matter is that people set aside time for things that are of importance to them, for things that they feel have substance to them, things that they feel are of huge value to them. And so your goal in digital marketing is not to push out weak substance, but to push out things that have strong substance that would make sure that your potential customers or your customers are well engaged enough in order to drive you new customers, repeat purchases, repeat customers, and referral customers as well. Now, the next mistake that a lot of business make is the fact that they fail to monitor their digital marketing progress. So the first thing is, how do you improve on something when you don't even measure it in the first place, right? And like I said earlier on also, digital marketing is measurable. But if you're going to measure it, should you follow data or should you be customer-centric? What I mean by that is that you can see an analytics that tells you, oh, you have a lot of bounce rate. Now, bounce rate means people coming to your website and leaving your website, right? But on the other side, that might be as a result of probably you're driving the wrong type of traffic to your site. but the right type of traffic that are coming to your website are actually, actually like the message that you're putting across to them. So you not being able to understand the line, to draw the line between which data to follow and which data not to follow, and missing the fact that the most important people in your marketing are the customers, because you're trying to market to human beings, and so you need to be more customer centric and pay particular attention to key information, or measure key, or monitor key information, key things that your customers come back to tell you as to why they buy from you, what they are looking to buy, and what they want from your products and services. That in itself is the strongest weapon that you can have, and that's one thing digital marketing gives to you, especially when it comes to social media. A lot of people are always they can go to your Facebook page or your Instagram page and tell you, oh, I love you guys because of this particular reason. Oh, I like more of this if you guys can do this for us, and things like that. Those kind of information are very, very strong, and they are your strongest weapon, and you just need to look at, okay, let's go back to our drawing board and understand, oh, this is what the customer wants, this is how they perceive their after value, their after state, and so you just need to now go back and communicate that value to your customer. So it's very important for you to measure your digital marketing activities, to monitor them, to understand what the customers are saying, to be able to interpret the analytics very well, the data that you're going to be getting from either your website, your social media activities, or your advertising platforms, and be able to use that together in order to get a very good result. And which is part of what we're going to be covering when you get to the analytics part of the course. Now, one big mistake that a lot of people also do is that all right, so we have an agency arm of the business, and I remember when anytime we go meet companies and we go and talk to them, the first thing they say is, I want my social media likes to grow to 100 million. I want this to go to this, and I want this to grow this. But the mistake they make is that it doesn't correlate with their overall business objective or their overall business goal. And in my previous lesson, I did mention that the key thing that you need to understand is that every business wants more customers, they want repeat purchases, they want retention in their business, and they want to increase the average order value. Now, if your marketing does not tie down to those goals, then automatically you're not going to be able to drive good results. So you might have so many likes, but those likes might not be converting into actual customers, and that means that you are not going to be getting any particular result, as it were. Now, the fifth thing is that you need to, the next mistake that a lot of people make is that they forget that they are actually marketing to human beings, and human beings have expectations, and if those expectations are not met, that's the number one reason why they won't buy from you, or that's the number one reason why your digital marketing campaign would fail overall. It's because people have a certain level of expectations from you, and they explain that when you are communicating with them, you communicate that value with consistency and also with frequency. That when I mean frequency, I mean you are consistent in it. So for example, let me use this as an example to explain this very well, is that you have okay, let me explain this from the angle of a boyfriend and a girlfriend aspect, right? So you ask the girl out to go out on a dinner date the first day you meet her and everything. She says yes, and then you wait for another 6 months before you ask her again for a dinner date. There's an high chance that she's going to say no to you. But assuming you have been a bit consistent with taking her out, probably on a weekly basis or a bi-weekly basis, then there's an expectation that has already been set. And once that expectation is tampered with, right, automatically that means that the trust, it has been destroyed. And one thing you need to understand in digital marketing is that trust is a very, very strong and essential part of what makes people buy from you. I'm sure you don't buy from people that you don't trust. And marketing is about relationship building, and relationship building requires you to keep in constant communication with people at a particular level of frequency as well. And if you don't keep in communication with people at that particular frequency, automatically your relationship is not going to be as strong as it should be. So the last, but not the least of the mistakes that a lot of people make is that the lack of resources and skills. So if you don't have the right person executing the right strategy, then your campaign is not going to succeed. And that's one of the biggest issues a lot of people have. So when you hire the wrong person to execute a digital marketing strategy that is supposed to work, so the problem might not be with the strategy, the problem might be with the person that is executing it. Automatically that might mean it doesn't work, it won't work as good as it's supposed to. Then there are some times that you need some certain resources, some tools that you need to use. So if you're not using the right tool as well to execute your marketing strategy, then you might not be getting the right result that you should be expecting or you should be getting. Okay, so the last mistake that a lot of business make is that they use the wrong resources, and they also hire the wrong team, or the wrong person to execute the strategy for them. So sometimes you might have a good strategy, a working strategy, but the person that is executing it is not the right person that should be executing it. Also, you might have the right strategy, but you might be using the wrong set of tools that would not actually drive you the result that you should be expecting. So what you want to really do is you want to ensure that you're using the right set of tool, and you're also using the right, you have the right person executing your strategy. That's why in digital marketing, in business, if you're going to hire a digital marketer, you need to ensure that the digital marketer is someone that has good experience and also has hands-on experience. It's not really about certifications, but it's about what the person can do. And also when it comes to tools, you need to ensure that the tools that they're using, they have the right functionalities that would actually help you to measure and optimize your campaign to drive the desired result that is required for it. So to sum it up, I'm sure once you understand these reasons why digital marketing campaigns fail, you should be able to understand what you need to do in order to avoid those mistakes from happening. So you need to have the right strategy, you have to have the right resources, you need to ensure you're executing the right strategy, you need to execute that your content has substance, and you need to ensure that your campaign as a whole streamlines to the overall business goal, which is to either increase customer or increase average order or increase repeat purchases as well. So you want to ensure that all these things are put together, and then you are game, if you do all this, then you are sure that you're going to have good success. So now let's move to the next lesson, and in the next lesson I'm going to be talking about the digital marketing skills that you need in order to be able to execute any strategy and be able to implement and get good results from it.
I found Digital Marketing Skill Institute on Instagram. I have to say that there was a place I went for digital marketing before. Now it was just rubbish. I will not say the name of the institution, but coming here I saw a clear difference. There's a wide gap. It's like coming here and going there. Like I didn't even do anything close to digital marketing before now, because I was exposed to a lot of new insight tools that can make your business thrive. So I will refer them for credibility, for customer service, so to say. Friendly environment, nice learning atmosphere, and the support. Yes, the support. The 1 year support is going a long way for me. You always have something to fall back on when you are stuck somewhere.
Welcome to this lesson. In this lesson, I'm going to be talking about digital marketing skills that you need to succeed. Right. And in my previous lesson, I mentioned the fact that you need to have the right digital marketing skills in order to succeed when it comes to digital marketing. Because not having the right skills can actually make your campaign fail. You might have the right strategy, but because you don't have the right skills, then automatically your campaign does not succeed. So there's a lot of opportunities for digital marketers, people that are very skilled, that have the right skills in digital marketing, to leverage on the fact that there's still a lot of skill gap in the industry. And that's a huge opportunity for those that are taking this course in order to, for career purposes, right? And so now let's dive into the different skills that you need. The first skill that you need is that you need to first of all understand the fundamentals of digital marketing, how digital marketing actually works, what exactly drives the result, and how do you get the result that are actually required, right? So there are some fundamental things that you need to know before you even start a digital marketing campaign. Now the next skill that you need to also have alongside with the fundamental is how to actually get your website visitors to actually become customers. So like I've always said, that it's very easy for you to drive traffic to your website. It just means that, for example, you can just go to a forum and put your link on that forum, and you get people clicking on that link to your website. If you want more of those traffic, if that forum is giving you 10 people to visit your website, you just need to increase the amount of links that you put on different forums in order to get more traffic to your site. So it's actually very easy to get people to come to your site, get traffic, to generate traffic, but it's it's much more difficult to drive relevant traffic. And even when you're driving the relevant traffic, you need to also understand that not being able to convert the traffic, your website visitors, into customers is a very big problem and a very big challenge for a lot of people. So it's a skill that you need to have. You need to know how to actually get people that come to your website to actually buy from you at the end of the day. Now, the second skill that you need to know is you need to know about search engine optimization and search engine marketing, which is basically you being able to rank when someone goes to go and search for you on Google. What that basically means, for example, if I'm looking for a product or service that you offer, and I go on Google to go and search, and what do I find on Google? If I find your business on Google, then automatically, because I need what you are trying to offer, there's an higher chance that it's easier for you to convert me as to a customer. It's much easier for you to convert me to a customer, right? And so being able to rank on Google is very essential. And you can rank either organically. Organically means without paying, right? And what do you call it? Or you can pay to rank on Google. So it can either be organic search, which is without paying Google or other search engine to rank, or you can pay to rank on Google. So to pay to rank on Google, that's what we call search engine marketing, which is a skill that you need to have. And to rank organically is what we call search engine optimization, which is another skill that you need to have as well. Now, the other thing you need to know is you need to actually know how to drive online traffic by either advertising or organically. So how to drive the traffic organically, like I explained earlier on just now, that you can go on forums and post and things like that, but you have to be very strategic about it. You need to research, you need to do customer research and competition research to define the kind of platform that you can go and drive traffic organically from. That would include people that are actually interested in what you do, or that are interested in your business or your products and services, right? And you also need to also know how to place online advertisement in order to drive quality people to your site, in order to acquire new customers. So you need to be able to advertise on social media, you need to be able to advertise on different sites, you need to be able to advertise generally online and get people. But now the thing is that it's not just advertising, you could pay, but you want to also be able to pay and show your advert to the right set of people. And that's a skill that you need to have. So it's very easy to advertise. If you have money, you can put it in an advertising platform. But in order to drive results, you need to ensure that your advert is only showing to people that have the potential to actually buy your products and services. So that's one of the things also that is going to be covered. The next thing is that you need to look at analytics as well. Like I've spoken a lot about you being able to measure and follow the data, which is very important in what you do. So you need to be able to also know how to analyze. And like I said earlier on, is that analyzing data is good, but you need to also be able to be customer driven as well. So you need to be able to know what data to follow and what data not to follow. And this is a very important skill that you need to have when it comes to digital marketing. A data might be giving you a negative result, but that does not mean that might actually be beneficial to your bottom line, right? So you need to ensure that you actually have the right data and you have the right information that would allow you to be able to make informed decisions that are going to be customer centric to drive you more conversion or drive you more sales or more money online. Now, whether you are trying to do this for online business, or you're trying to do it for affiliate marketing, or you want to start an agency, or you're a business owner that just want to grow your business, these skills are very essential to have, and they're very necessary to have. Now, the next skill that you need to have is you need to have social media marketing skills and what we call community marketing skills as well. So because with digital marketing, your goal is to build lifetime demand and loyalty, which means that you need to build a community of people that are interested in your product and services, and they are willing to listen to you, they are willing to hear what you have to say and all. So it's very important that you know how to actually engage people on social media and keep them active, and not let them and keep them active in order, and also be able to convert people that are your community members into actual customers. So you being able to do that is an essential skill that you need. It's very easy, like I said, also to grow a community. You can pay on Facebook to get a lot of likes. You can pay on Twitter to get a lot of followers and all. But how to keep them engaged and how to convert them into customers is an essential skill that you need to have in order to be able to drive the necessary result that you need. If not, you will just have a lot of followers and a lot of likes, but you're not making any particular sale from them. Now, you also need to have what we call email marketing and lead generation skills. And also, you also need to learn, you need to also have affiliate marketing skills as well. Now, email marketing in itself is one of the most effective digital marketing strategy that you can implement. But it requires you to be able to understand that you need to get a lot of people to open your emails, and also the content of your emails have to be of good substance as well. So the challenge that a lot of people have when it comes to email marketing is that a lot of people are not opening their emails, or their emails keep on going into spam. So having the right skill to ensure that your emails avoid spam and people are actually opening your emails, and the content of that email in itself is of something that has good substance, are the challenges that a lot of people have when it comes to email marketing. And you having having this skill on how to actually get your email to people's inbox, and how to get them to open the email, and how to get the content of that email to convert those people into customers is an essential skill that you need if you want to succeed when it comes to digital marketing. Also, you also need to understand that you need to build your email list. So at some particular point in time, you might have 1,000 people on your email list, and those people are engaging with you, but you're going to wear them out after a while. So the only way you can succeed is to continually grow that list, and that's what we call lead generation and nurturing. So you need to also ensure that you have a strategy or a funnel that effectively brings people into your email marketing and actually nurtures them into converting to actual customers, right? Now, the other skill you need is that you need video and mobile marketing skills. Now, most people, like I showed you earlier on, also like I showed you earlier on, you have more people searching on YouTube or watching YouTube videos than them even going on search engine on Google to go and search. And that just tells you that video marketing is a very, very essential tool. And aside from that, video marketing has a potential of driving your cost of advertising low if you're advertising with very engaging videos. And video marketing in itself converts people more than any other form of communication. So don't forget that digital marketing is about communicating the value of your business or your products and services. And if you want to communicate that value, the best way to communicate that value is through video marketing, is through videos, right? Now, the other thing also is that mobile marketing, a lot of people are on mobile devices. Like I said, the amount of people buying mobile devices on a day-to-day basis is going off the roof. And so which basically lets you understand that it's very, very important that you also know how to take advantage of advertising to people as they are using their mobile devices as well. And so this is an important skill that you need to have. More people are using their mobile devices on social media and on different channels than even when they use their desktop computer. So it's very, very important that you have the necessary skills in order to be able to get these people and move them to actual customers. Now, you also want to understand that a website is the bedrock of digital marketing. So no matter what you do, even if you do traditional marketing or you advertise or anywhere, you need to send them to a website, right? And so it's very, very important for you to understand not just how to build a website, but understand how to structure a website that actually drives you results. And that is an essential skill that is important for you to have when it comes to digital marketing, right? And the next one that you need to have is you also need to have blogging and content marketing. Like I said earlier on, digital marketing is more about content. And one of the ways to drive content is by blogging. Blogging does not just only demonstrate your expertise, it also helps you to build trust with your potential customers. But the most important thing in this is that it has to be of good substance. So how do you write content that are of good substance? And when you do content marketing, it's basically using content to communicate your value, which is what digital marketing basically is. So how do you drive that content and market it to a lot of people, to the relevant people that are actually going to be interested in buying your product, and that content is going to be able to convert them not to just readers, but to actually people that are going to buy from you. So having the necessary skill to do this is very, very important and very essential. Now, the last but not the least is that one of the key reasons why a lot of campaigns fail is because they don't have the right strategy and planning in place. So having the skill to ensure that you have the right strategy and you are able to plan very well, and you have the right plan, you have the right strategy and the right plan in place is very, very essential. And when I talk about the right strategy, the right plan, you know when to target your audience, you know the kind of audience you need to target, you know how to convert those audience, you know the steps that you're going to take from taking somebody from from not being aware to becoming a customer, to becoming an advocate of your brand. So you have to have an overall strategy that actually allows this to happen. Now, the funny thing about these skills is that although these skills if you look at the funny thing about these skills is that they can't do without each other. So it's possible for you to rank on Google, but you can't rank on Google without content marketing or blogging, right? And even if you rank on search engine on Google, it's another thing for people to click on your advert and get to your website and then be able to convert into customers. So you need conversion rate optimization, which is another skill that you also need on its own. So most of these skills are interrelated and they can't work without each other. Like I explained to you in the ACE methodology, that there's a particular set of skills that is required to attract, which is your online advertising, the search engine optimization. There's another skill that is required to convert, which is your website, your landing page, and all, and content marketing as well. And there's another skill that is required to engage, which is email marketing and content marketing, retargeting, advertising, and all. Now, if these things, if you can't attract without converting, and you cannot convert without engaging. So which means that these skills are somehow interrelated. And that's why we advise people, when you want to learn digital marketing, you need to learn all the skills together, and then you can filter out the areas that you feel that are most essential to you. So you can combine your strategies in different ways. For us, we use search engine optimization to attract. We write content, good content on our website, on our blog, and we engage, and then we convert them through the content on our site. And then we engage them using email marketing that drives in new customers, returning customers, and referral customers as well. That is what we've picked out of the different skills. But now they're essentially a lot of essentially you need multiple of these skills in order to be able to drive effective results. So without having an overall understanding of these skills, you might be missing out on a lot of potential opportunities that you should actually be tapping into. Basically, to round this up, I would just say that it's very, very essential that you learn all these skills, you have them, you know them, and you build upon them in order to drive you good success when it comes to digital marketing. And a good part of it is that we got you covered, because that's exactly what you're going to be learning in this course.
My name is Harrison Acha, and I came across Digital Marketing Skill Institute at the time last year. I took the decision to, let me give it a trial and see what DMS I've got. The first class was wow, and one good thing that I would like to share with us is few weeks into the class, I have already gotten a job offer with a Portuguese company who is on a Facebook project in Nigeria. I don't think I would have been able to get that job if not this skill that I've actually acquired from DMSI. Throughout the process of the interview, the support system I got from DMSI was amazing. The salary is great, far better than what I'm currently earning, and the work-life balance is amazing. So if you're out there watching this video and you are still having a doubt with doing this training or giving a trial to DMSI, I think this, my own story, should be a reason why you should give it a try, because I can imagine myself working for a multinational